actually going to be one of the healers and one of our poets. But let's bring him. I am excited to see how this all comes together. The meditation is a segment that he's going to coordinate for us. Greetings, greetings. How are you? I'm so happy to see that you made it. You were able to figure that out. I know it could be quite interesting how all that works. This is, I want to pronounce it right. Is it Rafa?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay, I like it. And he's actually going to be available as our meditation guide, as well as part of the poetry on the 2-day spiritual attunement, this strong end. I'm going to read some of the things that are spectacular about his genius so that you all know what you're getting ready to get into. The healer has made a name in the spiritual community for speaking words of life everywhere he traveled, sharing dynamics of inspirational views from unique angles. He inspires others to heal through herbs, nutrition, and mental wellness. In addition, he's an author of a book which is called The Power of the Mind, written under the name Lee Williams. That's again, Lee Williams, and it's available on Amazon. His insights has made an impactful effect on lives as a meditation instructor and as an emotional guidance coach. He is accredited with 2 diplomas in certified counseling, as well as meditation guide credentials. His objective is to make organic connections with clients. He is very passionate in sharing that there is Rafi in each individual, the breathing body, which means healer. He lives abundantly through quantum physics and the law of vibration. So again, you literally getting ready to share greatness with us. And so I want to give you the opportunity to let the family know what they can expect during this meditation. Who are you? Where you come from? What's going on, brother?
Yes. Okay, so I am. My name is Raphael, which means God is healer. Rafa means healing. You are healed, health, wellness. So I like going by that name because every time somebody say it, they speak health on themselves and they speak health on me. So that's what I go by that. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I love Las Vegas. I love the sun. I love the sunlight and the sunshine that's out here. I started my journey with healing about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I started messing with herbs. I started learning about how to meditate. It was and then it really got kicked off when the little event happened.
Yeah, that huge shift happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when I really got tapped in and learning about meditation, taking up the classes, learning, getting certified to do like counseling, because people have come to me all my life and asked me about things, asked me advice about things. So I always knew, I kind of thought from, I always thought from another perspective, you know what I'm saying? So, like I always go around giving people advice, letting them know to look at things from a different angle, especially since I've learned about the laws of vibration and things like quantum physics, learning about all the sciences from from Ifa to Buddhism to Hinduism to Kemet, to the Hebrew sciences, like the Kabbalah and all of that. So I've learned so many sciences, but the message is pretty much the same. It's all dealing with quantum physics and the laws of vibration at the end of the day, and learning that everything is a mind game. So when I come to do the meditation, that's what I come to do, is really draw us in, get us tapped in. Because most people don't know about the power of meditation that it has. you know what I'm saying, to heal the body and to heal the mind. So that's what I come to do, is give the meditation that heals the body and the mind.
Which is important because for some people it may be new, but for others, if they're seasonal, they've done this and they understand that connecting with the breath and quieting the mind, just the stillness in itself is a frequency. So they understand and respect your gift. But for some others, they may be brand new to this. How would you explain meditation? Because now there's been some taboo, especially if there's a religion background associated with it. It had probably been demonized that that's a part of some, witchcraft, or you literally opening yourself up to the devil or spirits, and you would need to dispel that myth. How would you explain to someone who's practically new to meditation? What does that process look like?
So how I explain it to someone new is that meditation is everywhere, and it's just natural. It's just a practice. If you've ever gotten in trouble when you were like a kid in school, the first thing your teacher or the counselor in the room is going to tell you to do is calm down, take a few deep breaths, and relax.
This is true. Yes.
So that's pretty much what meditation is settling your mind.
Okay.
If you come from a religious background, the word meditation is probably in the Bible at least 50 times.
At least.
And yeah, you got David is saying it. Paul's talking about it, and all through the New Testament.
Okay.
They're talking about be still and know God.
So there's the history. It's learned credibility in different spaces. But if you're unaware of that, you wouldn't know. And you literally allow the people to tap into that. For some, where it may be their first encounter again, but then those who literally don't mind being guided, they surrender to that process. You're going to be the one with the paintbrush in that moment. You're creating that sacred space for us. So that's a lot of responsibility. So brother, when you came online, that tells me you had to literally experience internally in order for you to develop to who you become, to be able to be trusted and inundated with that gift. That transition process, you talked about it earlier, it's like 5 years tapped in. That transition process, if you could think back and recall, what did that look like for you? Was there a lot of resistance? Did you accept it and excited? Family members? How did this look when you started coming online telling people you meditating?
Well, for me, a lot of people, because my family is very much so into the Christianity religion.
Okay.
And so when I started meditating, they was like a little bit like, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
concerned. They were concerned.
Yeah. But the more I did, so that's like the research that I did on it. Like, I'm like, oh, like, yo, it's all in the Bible. You feel me? Meditation is as natural as prayer.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, every spiritual system and religion has prayer, but it's not customized to one specific person, because some people are like, oh, if you meditate, it means you're a Buddhist or something else. And it's like, no, it's just a spiritual system that can be used for anyone. And for me,
okay,
when they seen the transformation that it brought to me, like, they was like, man, there might be something to this. There might be.
You did good.
Yeah. So
I'm
I think
proud of you, and you stood in that. So they had to show up and be like, I'm proud of you. They saw the development, that was at least something that elevated you.
Yes. That's what my father said. He actually, when he seen the changes in me, he wanted to learn meditation as a Christian pastor. So he was like, "Can you teach me about some
And
some of that stuff?"
so that's awesome that you were able to change roles in that moment, because when you heal, you've just given a prime example of not healing just yourself, but your past and your present generation. We are that powerful. Our alchemy goes long and far. So as you're doing it, and family members may not, and that was the question, so that you can pull back and see what like challenges or resistance you received, but also the things that started creating life for you. You had the pros and the cons when you made that transformation. What you said was that your father then came to you. So you doing what you supposed to in divine alignment spiritually, you were healing a generation behind you. And on top of that, the generation moving forward. So you're doing a great work, and I commend you on showing up for yourself, brother. So most men aren't into this because they say, hey, that's not what men do. That's more of a female yoga thing to sit and meditate. It just seems so awkward. But what would you talk to the family about and tell them that they can expect in your masculine energy doing meditation? What are some of the benefits? Do you get angry?
Oh yeah. I'm a Aries, so I'm very fiery.
Same here.
Yeah. Oh wow! Shout out to the Aries gang. But yeah, I'm very fiery, so meditation is essential for me on the daily. And I would say that it's one of the best things that men can do, because it helps you have a sound mind. It helps you not be so reactionary. So, which is good for the masculine energy, because when you aren't reactionary and you're rooted within yourself, you demonstrate an emotional intelligence. So not only does it help you be progressive as a man, it's also makes you highly attractive to the divine feminine.
Let's take a
because
minute. That was powerful. What you say, emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
Emotionally intelligent. So I don't even think most people are having these raw conversations right now. If we can just take a moment and talk about that, because if they're doing meditation with the incentive that, hey, you do this, this will happen. Emotional intelligence. What are the benefits? Are you with more mental clarity? Can you ground yourself and make better decisions with emotional intelligence? I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Absolutely, emotional intelligence. So, especially like when it comes to the masculine, we can be very reactive. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain situations. But that emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of your emotions, and to be able to be intentional about what kind of emotions you're putting out, so you can observe your emotions, be aware of them, and even kind of direct them, like, you know what I'm saying? So if you feel a little bit angry, you can be aware that you're angry and then you could do something about it. You can redirect your attention to something that makes you smile, or you can become rooted into yourself to where you say, this situation isn't bigger than me. It's not worth.
Angela? Okay. Awesome. So we're back online. Thank you for that. I thought that everybody else could possibly hear you, but I couldn't hear you for some time. But if you could share with the people, I know that was quite a bit. You had definitely created some energy because you started doing your thing. I felt it from here. Can you tell us what you mentioned about that connection of meditation being separate from prayer? What are the differences that people have challenge deciphering between the two when you're praying and when you're actually meditating?
So to me, actually, prayer and meditation isn't really too much different.
Okay.
They're very similar, if not kind of one and the same, because meditation comes in many different forms. Just like if you were to do martial arts, you know what I'm saying? There's many forms of martial arts, you know, from Tai Chi to Qigong, but it's martial arts, you feel me? So I think meditation is like that broad category where it's many different forms that you can do. But distinct difference between prayer is usually when you're trying to affirm something to be, or you're trying to request to receive. You're trying to receive information, trying to receive answers. So that's what people usually do when they pray. But meditation is kind of the same, because you could do what they call mantra,
Right.
where you take a word and you affirm it over and over again, while you just have your eyes closed and you just keeping your mind still. You're trying to focus your brain on that one word and go deeper and deeper into the energy and the feeling of it. And then you have where you just focus on your breath, and that's when the answers come. That's when spirit will give you all type of downloads while you're quieting your mind, because sometimes we have our mind thinking about a whole bunch of stuff, and we never stop to just kind of relax and just let it be quiet. So those two distinctions makes it a little bit different, because meditation forces you to like just be still. That's the main thing. No matter what meditation you do, it's about being still.
Right.
Where prayers, some people can kind of just like, I don't know, they pray, but they kind of like, they're moving and they're just like, oh God, do this and do that, whatever.
So when you said that, it's funny because in some past lives, I've actually experienced more of a prayer life than I did of a meditation. Now I'm online with more of a meditation versus the prayer. I was able to decipher for me personally on my journey that you're right. When you go in prayer, it's generally you asking. There is the need for something. So the prayer actually takes you into a place of begging, if you will. But I noticed when you go into meditation, you show up quite different, because you're not necessarily asking for anything, because in the stillness and the quietness of that frequency, you're able to consume that so that you can elevate. You called it downloads, but there's also uploads that happen during meditation as well, which is also phenomenal, right? It's fire. So we want the whole gamut, and to know the position you play in that moment. You're literally not a victim. So it's like, woe is me, and you start sounding off with all the things that are wrong in your life. I think we do that too for sympathy and empathy and prayer. We will come like, look what just happened to me. You should fix it. You're looking for something external, versus the meditation goes internal, allowing you to connect everything that's necessary for you to heal and make everything whole and complete for yourself. So you are in a position of responsibility during meditation. Now, if you don't get anything out of it, and that means that's on you. You didn't give yourself permission to really be vulnerable and show up in that moment to make these divine connections. Brother, my last question before we actually get out of here. Thank you so much, because you were literally giving us the facts. You gave us scripture like this is not taboo. So to dispel every myth, it is not something against the grain. You can still do you and meditate, because that's important for your spiritual hygiene. The last question I have for you is the proper enlightenment for one that would actually say, when they walk away from this experience during the 2-day spiritual attunement, what would they say was their most profound moment in meditation? Do you think it's them connecting with the breath? Or do you think it's even some other aspects? I'm going to let you take the floor at this point and tell us what would be the benefits of them tapping into meditation this weekend. In the mountains. This ain't your regular okie doke, y'all. We tapped in, master manifestors, creating on all new levels. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, man. So meditation in the mountains is very powerful, because one, it's going to be there's going to be the sun out there. You got the sunlight. So you got the sun, you got that's a fire element. You got the air, the ions in the air, because we're in the fresh air. Yeah. And then we're going to be on the mountains, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be connecting with the earth on a deeper level. So just breathing in that type of atmosphere is on a different level than maybe breathing at home in your room. So that's going to be highly beneficial. Quieting the mind and the it's so wonderful meditating in nature, because you kind of connect with nature. So and it's easier to do. You know what I'm saying? The sound of the birds, everything. So quieting the mind, people are gonna walk away with the experience of quieting the mind. They're gonna walk away feeling a little bit lighter, for sure. When they came, might feel like either they lifted a weight off their shoulders, or there's a spaciousness inside that just makes them feel more light on their feet. You know what I mean? That even if they kind of feel whatever they might have brought up there, it's like a spaciousness to know, like I can move through this now. You know what I'm saying? So that's often the result that I get when I talk to clients, is they, oh man, I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulder. I feel a little bit lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I definitely know that those will be probably two of the main things that I hear the most. But you know, what I would love to hear is, oh, I had a transformation.
Yes.
I had a mental, emotional transformation.
But you say yourself, as the healer, you have the gift of giving different angles, giving the perspective to see things in a different angle. That's magic. That's like a supreme superpower. You can allow people to follow, and you coach them through that. They entrust you and they open themselves up and make themselves available. And you take that and use your gift, which is literally magical. They can see things at a different angle. So they're going to walk away being able to see the tree right across the street from their house that they hadn't seen before, because their perspective has changed. Things will start to come online that they can see clear now. Okay. You changing angles. They got to expect the best experience, because that means you're giving out keys. And sometimes that's all we need. In that next carryover in the journey, we want keys so that we can open dimensions and travel in spaces we haven't experienced before. Open that treasure box up and get your birthright, is what the brother is saying. And he's going to usher you into doing that here at Afrikan Traditions for the 2-day spiritual attunement. Go to our website. We're at afrikantraditions.com, and that's African with the K, afrikantraditions.com/events. It's going to be under events. You can actually a la carte any segment of the itinerary, the program that we'll be doing for the workshop, or you can choose to attend the entire thing, as you should. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Take a look at the different speakers that's going to be coming on. We are giving away 2 donated tickets, paying it for those that actually wanted to be sure that anybody that needed to be present, that's made that commitment with themselves, they have that opportunity. I think it's good for us to choose somebody who actually stayed throughout this chat, because we've been on for a little bit, and the fact that we actually had some technical concerns and we were able to overcome that, and they were patient. So Angela Maytox, is that who's left in the chat? Mattox, let me stand corrected. Sis, are you okay? Okay. So this is good. She is actually one of our healers and such a divine supporter. She's making sure things are well. Immediately upon coming in, she said, "There's no sound." She stepped right into her role. I love it. Okay, so I don't know who else was on, but I don't know, sis, if that's something you wanted to participate in. Obviously, that's granted to you. Or if you'd like to continue that circulation with sharing with somebody else on a live, that would be awesome, because it is a part of us wanting to show love and give back. As healers, we live in a place of abundance, so we have an overflow. We can actually do things like that. It's nice to be able to bless, right? To be a blessing, and I'm here for it. All right, brother, did you have anything else for the people? Otherwise, we'll be checking out. Want to give them your information for your business so that they can stay in touch, your social media platforms, give them your contact?
Oh, yes. one of the main social media platforms that I work on is Instagram. So you can go to my Instagram is Lee Williams Gyms. And on my Instagram platform, I have a link tree where you can have access to all my stuff. It's got my book on there. It's got my YouTube where I'm teaching how to meditate,
Okay.
where I'm doing affirmations. But apart from that, I'll definitely see you on the retreat. You feel me? Be ready to free your mind, maybe learn something new.
Yeah.
And have a good experience.
Exactly. All right, family. Peace out. We'll see you all later for the next live.
All right, peace out.